Welcome students. In this lecture, we are going to analyze a truss which is subjected to temperature stresses and lack of fit. So, we have already discussed how to take into account the effect of temperature stresses or lack of fit. Today, we will see an example, a numerical example which has been asked in summer 2016 at Shri Rashtrasanta Tukdoji Maharaj Nagpur University, in which it is said, assemble the global stiffness matrix and load matrix for the plane truss if the members meeting at joint B are subjected to a temperature rise of 60 degrees centigrade. E, it is given 210 kilonewton per mm square. I must mention that this 210 kilonewton per mm square can also be given as 210 gigapascal. Gigapascal is nothing but kilonewton per meter square. So 210 kilonewton per mm square. Cross sectional area for AB, BC and CD is something different, and cross sectional area for AC and BD is something different. There are 4 joints and there are 5 members, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, this is not to be considered as a joint. These are overlapping members, not jointed at this particular thing. So, and length of this AD and length of this BD CD is 5 meters. This is the geometry, and 2 loads 100 kilonewton and 80 kilonewton acting, and it is asked assemble the global stiffness matrix and load matrix only. So we have to stop at this particular step by assembling the global stiffness matrix and load matrix. I must mention that this numerical was there full for 14 marks. This numerical was there for full 14 marks. So this is the numerical that is asked in summer 16 examination for temperature stress or lack of fit. So today we will proceed further in our discussion for analysis of a truss, analysis of a plane truss using temperature stresses. The first step 1 is nothing but degree of kinematic indeterminacy of the structure. Step 1 is nothing but degree of kinematic indeterminacy of the structure. I am drawing the truss again. This is A, this is B, this is C and this is D. So anyone can judge every joint of a truss member can have 2 degrees of kinematic indeterminacy, one in x direction, one in y direction, one displacement in x direction, one displacement in y direction. Since at A and D there is no displacement possible, so possible displacements are only at B and C. At B there are 2 displacements possible, so 1 I am first numbering x direction displacement, 2 is y direction displacement. At C possible degree of freedom 3, possible degree of freedom 4. These are the possible degrees of freedom, and as our usual practice I am marking this non-possible degrees of freedom also. This is 5, this is 6, 7 and 8. Whatever is marked in orange color are non-possible, and whatever is marked in violet color are possible degrees of freedom. Non-possible degrees of freedom are marked in orange color. So what are the possible degrees of freedom? Degree of freedom of this particular structure is 4. I will number it. Delta B in x direction, that I have numbered 1. Delta B in y direction, that I have numbered 2. Delta C in x direction, that I have numbered 3. And delta C in y direction, that I have numbered 4. So these are the possible degrees of freedom for this particular structure. So degree of kinematic indeterminacy of the structure is 4. Now next is joint data and member data. I know the length is 5 meters and this length is also 5 meters. It is given that the lengths are 5 meters and 5 meters. So my step 2 is to write joint data and member data. So degree of kinematic indeterminacy, the first step of this particular structure is 4. Okay, next step 2 is joint data and member data. So joint x coordinate, y coordinate. There are 4 joints A, B, C, D. Now, as per our usual practice, I will pass my coordinate axis through A like this, coordinate x axis and coordinate y axis. This is my global x, this is my global y. If I pass my axis through A, my coordinates will be A 0 0, B x axis 0, y axis 5, C x axis 5, y axis 5, and D x axis 5, y axis 0. So these are the coordinates. Very simple. Joint data is 0 0, 0 5, 5 5 and 5 0. Next step is member data. So I am writing member data. So for member data, now I must take into consideration the original numerical. In original numerical it is given. It is original numerical, it is given cross sectional area for AB, BC and CD is something different, and for the diagonal members AC and BD is something different. इस इन 3 मेंबर के लिए एरिया अलग है, इन 3 मेंबर के लिए एरिया अलग है. Though the material is same, that is a steel. We must identify that 2.1 and 10 to the power 5 Newton per mm square. That is material is steel. So material is steel, but the cross sectional area is different. So we must have a column of AE in our member data. So first is name of the member, that is member, length in meters, AE in kilonewton, E is kilonewton per mm square and A is mm square, so kilonewton. Then C, that is cos theta, S, C square, S square, CS. These are the various columns for it, right? Member, length, there will be 5 members, 4 joints, 5 members. It means it's a stable structure. We don't require any more member to be added as we have added in last. So my first member, I am writing the members. I will select member AB and I will select member DC. Everybody agree? I have selected member AB and DC. We have just in our last lecture we have discussed how to select one particular member. I could have selected CD also, but I am selected DC member. Why I have selected DC member, that we have discussed in our last lecture. Next member I am selecting BC, and now AC or CA, anything will do. I will select AC, and similarly BD or DB, anything will do. I will select BD, no problem. Now length of member AB is 5 meters. Length of member DC is also 5 meters. Length of member BC is 5 meters. And length of member AC, I have calculated 5 square plus 5 square, that is square root of 50, that comes out to be 7.07 meters. Similarly, length of member BD, 5 square plus 5 square, square root of 50, that is 7.07 meters. This is I have calculated the length. Now AE is different. AE I have calculated A into E. A is given 710 mm square and E is given 210 kilonewton per mm square. If I multiply E with A directly, I will get AE in kilonewtons. I want everything in kilonewton because my loads are in kilonewton. I am going to analyze everything in kilonewton meters. So even though it is in mm square, I don't need to convert into meter square because this mm square is going to get cancelled with this mm square, and that is why I am getting the pure value of AE in kilonewtons, and that is why I will not bother to convert it into meter square, and I am writing the value of AE 149100 149100. For these two diagonal members, the AE value was different, area was different, and the AE value comes out to be 115500. 115500. These are the value of AE in absolute kilonewton. Now C, for C I need to see this. Okay, for member AB, if I say AB, then A is 00, B is 05. What is cos theta? Cos theta is x2, this is x2 y2. Since it is AB, it is x1 y1, x2 y2. x2 minus x1 divided by L, that is 0 minus 0 divided by 5, that is 0. What is sin theta? y2 minus y1 divided by L, 5 minus 0 divided by 5, that is 1. So cos square is 0, sin square is 1, cos sin is 0. Very simple. Now for DC member, now that's why I have selected member DC, because DC is orientation of DC and orientation of AB is same, whereas CD is oriented in some different direction. What is orientation? The angle made with respect to positive x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. Angle made with respect to positive x-axis in anti-clockwise direction for AB and DC are same. But for CD, if I take member CD, angle made with respect to member CD with respect to positive x direction in anti-clockwise fashion will be 270 degrees and properties will change. Whereas properties for DC member and AB member will be the same. So again, I will writing DC. If I write member DC, what are the properties of DC? 50, coordinate of DC is 50 and coordinate of D is 50 and it is 55. So this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. अगर CD बोलता मैं तो this will be x1 y1 and this will be x2 y2. But I have taken DC, so this is x1 y1. So what is cos theta? x2 minus x1 divided by L. So 5 minus 5 divided by 5. So 0 divided by 5, that is 0. And what is sin theta? y2 minus y1, that is 5 minus 0 divided by 5, that is 1. So properties of this AB and DC member are same. Properties of this AB and DC member are same. Now next is BC member. So I am writing B, I am writing C. B, coordinate of B are 0, 5, coordinate of C are 5, 5. This is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So what is cos theta? x2 minus x1, 5 minus 0 divided by 5, that is 1. And what is sin theta? 5 minus 5 divided by 5, that is 0. So cos square is 1, sin square is 0, cos sin is 0. This is how I am getting ready with my table. See now for member AC. For member AC. Now A is 0, 0, C is 5, 5. So what is cos theta? 5 minus 0 divided by 7.07. x2 minus x1, this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So x2 minus x1, 5 minus 0 divided by 7.07, that comes out to be 0.707. Similarly, sin theta, y2 minus y1 divided by 7.07, that is 0.707. And I have found that cos square 0.5, sin square 0.5 and cos sin 0.707 into 0.707, 0.5. That's the beauty of this example. Examiner must have thought a lot before giving it to the students. Example is very simple because of these calculations. And now last member is BD. So BD, coordinate of B are 0, 5, coordinate of D are 50, 50. This is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So cos theta is x2 minus x1 divided by L, 5 minus 0 divided by, this is 0.707. And y2 minus y1, that is 0 minus 5, that comes out to be minus 5 divided by 7.07, that is minus 707. So for BD, sin is negative. For BD, sin is negative, and this comes out to be 0.5, and CS will be minus 0.5. Cos square will be 0.5. Sin square will be square of a negative value is again 0.5. So this is the beauty. So this is joint data and this is member data. From the joint data, we have seen the member data. So step 2 is over. We have calculated the member data. This is the member data in front of you. So this is how we will proceed. Now the next step is writing the element stiffness matrices in global term. Step 3 is element stiffness matrices in global term. element stiffness matrices in global coordinates. So I am writing element stiffness matrix for member AB. K global AB is equal to, what is the first formula? AE upon L. For AB, AE is 149100. So 149100 upon L for AB is 5. AE upon L into bracket. The formula is C square. Now C square for AB is 0. CS is 0. Only S square is 1. So I am writing C square CS minus C square minus CS. CS S square minus CS minus S square minus CS minus C square CS C square minus C square minus CS C square CS, then minus CS minus S square C CS and S square. And what are the coordinates of this AB? What are the coordinates of AB? How I am going to write coordinate for AB? It is 5, 6, 1, 2. Coordinate of AB, I am writing 5, 6, 1, 2 by 5, 6, 1, 2. So I am writing the coordinates 5, 6, 1, 2 by 5, 6, 1, 2 like this. It is 1, 2, 1, 2 and this is 5, 6. Non-possible I am indicating in orange color. So 5, 6, 1, 2 by 5, 6, 1, 2 are the coordinates of global AB. Now from these four coordinates, from this 4 by 4 matrix, I am going to map only these four elements into final global stiffness matrix, because I know the global stiffness matrix of the structure will be of the size 4 by 4, in which the coordinates will be 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, and here 5, 6, 5, 6, 5th row, 6th row, 5th column, 6th column elements will not be in picture at all. So I am interested in all the 4 elements only. Only these 4 elements will be there in picture for my global stiffness matrix structure. Same thing, I can write K global for member DC. I know the properties of AB and DC are same. It is AE is also same, 149100 divided by 5. We will perform the calculations later. It is same, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0 minus 1, 0, 1 DC, and I must see how to name DC. DC is 7834. So I am numbering DC as 7834. So I am numbering DC as 7834. 7834 by 7834. Non-possible I am indicating in orange color. 7834 by 7834. So what are the members to be mapped for final global stiffness matrix? Yes, you must have just it right. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4 will be the columns and rows in our final global stiffness matrix for the structure. So I need 3rd row 3rd column, 3rd row 4th column, 4th row 3rd column and 4th row 4th column. 7th row and 8th row, similarly 7th column and 8th column will not be in picture, and that is why I need not bother about these elements. Now next is K global BC. K global BC. Again AE is same, 149100 divided by length is also same, length is 5. C square, I will see the properties of BC. For BC, C square is 1, S square and CS are 0. So I am writing the matrix C square CS minus C square minus CS, CS S square minus CS minus S square minus C square minus CS, C square CS minus CS minus S square C square CS S square. So this matrix looks like a local element stiffness matrix. For BC, we have seen for member BC, the local axis is equal to global axis. There is no difference in global axis and local axis. For member BC, if you write the local element stiffness matrix, is nothing but global stiffness matrix. Still we have written it with respect to C square CS, but one can judge it very frequently. Now how to number member BC? Member BC is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am writing member BC as 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have understood that I need to map all these elements, because all these elements will be there in my global stiffness matrix for the structure, and that is why I need to map all these elements for my global stiffness matrix for the structure. So K element BC is written, everything is written. We have written the stiffness matrices for AB, DC, and now we have written the stiffness matrix for BC. Let's write the stiffness matrices for remaining two members. What are those two members? K global stiffness matrix for the element AC. Now for element AC, AE is different. It is 1, 1, 5, 5, 0. Length is also different. Length is 7.07. Now I am mapping element AC. Now for AC, I will need to keep the element stiffness element data in front of me. The elemental data is this. Okay. For AC, the first term is C square 0.5, CS 0.5, minus C square minus 0.5, minus CS minus 0.5, CS 0.5, S square 0.5, minus CS minus S square, minus C square minus CS, C square, CS, minus CS minus S square, CS, S square. Very simple matrix. The examiner must have thought about this before giving the numerical. So this is my matrix, global stiffness matrix for AC. It looks like this. Now what are the coordinates of AC? Coordinate of AC are 5, 6, 3, 4. So I am writing the coordinates of AC as 5, 6, 3, 4. So it is 5, 6, 3, 4. Non-possible I am indicating in some different color. It's our usual practice up till now. 5, 6, 3, 4 by 5, 6, 3, 4. Now from these elements, I know my final stiffness matrix will contain 1, 2, 3, 4 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4 column. It will not contain row number 5, row number 6, column number 5, column number 6. So I will consider only these elements: 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 4. Third row, third column, third row, fourth column, fourth row, third column, fourth row, fourth column. These elements I need to consider. So I have written the matrix for AC. Now I am writing the matrix for last member, K global BD, global stiffness matrix for BD. Again for BD, AE is 1, 1, 5, 5, 0, and length is 7.07. This I have considered, and now I am writing for BD. So formula is with me. Formula is C square. CS is minus 0.5, minus C square, so minus 0.5 again, and minus CS. Now minus of minus will become plus. Now CS, that is minus 0.5, S square 0.5, minus C square minus S square, minus CS minus C square minus CS, C square, CS, minus CS minus S square, CS, S square. Friends, follow. We have to work smart. Follow the rule. All the diagonal elements must be positive and other elements must be symmetrical, and addition of a row or addition of any column should be equal to 0. So this is member for, this is I have written matrix for BD. Only thing I need to exercise some caution while writing matrix for BD. Now what is the designation of BD? I am writing about BD. It is 1, 2, 7, 8. 1, 2, 7, 8. So I am writing 1, 2, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 7, 8. So it is 1, 2, 1, 2 and 7, 8. 7, 8. 1, 2, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 7, 8. Now I need to map. I am smart enough that I want only this first row, first column, first row, second column, second row, first column, and second row, second column for my final global stiffness matrix for the structure, and that is why I have marked these points. So I have written elemental stiffness matrices for all my joints under consideration. I have written for AB, I have written for DC, I have written for BC, AC, and now last member I have written for BD. So I have written elemental stiffness matrices for all my points under consideration, and now I am going to write step 4. Step 4, all of us know step 4 is structure stiffness matrix in global coordinates. Structure stiffness matrix in global coordinates, and that is what is asked in examination. Structure stiffness matrix in global coordinates. Structure stiffness matrix in global coordinates. So K global structure, I know the size will be 3 by 3, 4 by 4, sorry, size will be 1 2 3 4 by 1 2 3 4. How I have judged it? Because the degree of kinematic indeterminacy for the structure is 4, and that is why the size of the structure stiffness matrix in global term will be 4 by 4. I will write it on different paper. So K global structures is equal to, I am writing this 4 by 4 matrix, okay, and I will assemble this matrix by mapping the elements from all the elemental stiffness matrices. This is 1 2 3 4 by 1 2 3 4. Now I am just mapping it from all the elements. My first element under consideration is AB. Element under consideration. What I need to map? This 1 1. First row, first column 0. First row, second column 0. Second row, first column 0. Second row, second column is 1. 1 into 149100. 149100 divided by 5. So I have already calculated it. It comes out to be 29820. So these 4 I have mapped from AB. These 4 I have mapped from AB. 0, 1, first row, first column, first row, second column, second row, first column, and second row, second column. Instead of 1 into this AE upon L, that comes out to be 29820. Right? Now second, I am just concentrating on DC. Now concentrate on DC. What elements I need to map from DC? These 4 elements. So this third row, third column, 0. Third row, fourth column 0. Fourth row, third column, 0. And fourth row, fourth column again 1 into 149100 divided by 5. That I know it is 29820. So this is what I have mapped from AB and DC. This is I have mapped from AB and DC. Now I will map from remaining 3. Now next is BC. I am mapping this from BC. AB and DC I have already marked. AB I have mapped it. DC I have mapped it. I will mark it. Now I am mapping from K global BC, global stiffness matrix. Now for BC I have to map everything 1 2 3 4 by 1 2 3 4. Let us take a challenge. 1 1 is 1. 1 1 is 1. First row, first column element is 1 into 149100. That comes out to be plus 29820. First row, second column 0. First row, third column minus 29820. First row, fourth column 0. Second row, first column, second row, second column, second row, third column, second row, fourth column, all are 0. So I am mapping these elements to global stiffness matrix. Third row, first column is minus 29820. 1 into this, minus 1 into this. Third row, second column is 0. Third row, third column is plus 29820. And third row, fourth column is 0. And fourth row, all the columns are 0 plus 0 plus 0. This is how I have mapped it from member BC. 1 2 3 4 by 1 2 3 4. Only these elements are there, the values of these elements, and I know my values of this element. Multiplication is very simple. I have done the multiplication. Now concentrate on this AC. AC. What I am going to map? I am going to map these three: third row, third column, third row, fourth column, fourth row, third column, fourth row, fourth column. So I am mapping this third row, third column 0.5 into this 0.5 into 115500 divided by 7.07. That comes out to be plus 32673.27 plus 32673.27 plus 32673.27 plus 32673.27. This is how I have mapped. This is the I have mapped 32673. So 0.5 into this I have mapped it. Now the last element is remaining. The last element is BD. Last element is BD. So from this I have mapped BC also. I have mapped AC also. Now last element is element BD. Element BD, the fifth element BD, from which I need to map only these two: first row, first column, first row, second column, second row, first column, second row, second column. So first row, first column 0.5 into this, I know that is equal to 32673.27. I know the value. Second row, first row, second column is minus 32673.27, minus 0.5 into this, that is minus 32673.27. Second row, first column, that is minus 32673.27, and second row, second column plus 32673.27. So this is how I have mapped my global stiffness matrix for structure from all the 5 elemental stiffness matrices. We have done this procedure number of times in beam, as well as we have done this procedure at number of times in trusses also. So I have mapped this. I have calculated it. Finally I have calculated it. So my K global structure stiffness matrix in global terms comes out to be 62493.27 minus 32673.27 0 0, then minus 32673.27 62493.27 0. This is minus 29820. Yes, this was minus 29820. Look at this, it was minus first row, third column, it is not 0, minus 29820. Here it is 0 0. Now last one is minus 29820 0 62493.27 and 32673.27 0 0 32673.27 and 62493.27. That's all. So this is 1 2 3 4 by 1 2 3 4. I have just assembled these coordinates 1 2 3 4 by 1 2 3 4. So I assembled these coordinates as like this. So my friends, we have assembled this global stiffness matrix for the structure. Let's look at the example once again. Assemble the global stiffness matrix. So we have done part 1 of it. Assemble the global stiffness matrix for the structure. So this is the global stiffness matrix for the structure. Now part 2, assemble the load matrix. We will see it in our next video. Assemble the load matrix if the temperature has been increased by 60 degrees centigrade. We are going to see it in our next lecture, in our next video. Thank you.